It was so lovely out. I wanted to be able to take advantage of the birds chirping and the stillness so we could practice. And if you decide to look up once in a while, you'll see some green trees or my backyard, which is kind of nice, in place of my little yoga studio upstairs. So hopefully there will not be anything too distracting this afternoon. Again, I want to focus on how beautiful it is out, and maybe nature can help us come into some deep breaths. So let's get busy. Find a seat. And that means just come into a place where you can be still. Child's pose works. Lying down works. Whatever you need. Yes, pool yoga. Wouldn't that be great? Someday we will. All right, so get situated and take a full breath in and a full breath out. And another full breath in and a full breath out. And I just want you to really start to tune in and be aware of how you're feeling this afternoon. Give yourself permission to decompress, to allow yourself to just breathe into your body, quieting your mind, and just allowing yourself to be right here with me this afternoon. Taking another full breath in and a full breath out. Maybe you can anchor into the birds chirping, or just anchoring into my voice. Something that you haven't really heard a whole lot of, right? Voices are powerful. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Let's find the power of our breath this afternoon together as it moves us from pose to pose and creates some strength from the inside out that may help you move into a pose that maybe you're not used to doing, or it might deepen and it might feel wonderful, or you might realize that this is something that you need a little bit more work in. There's lots of areas of our lives where we can always do more work. We can always find a little bit more power within, and it comes from practice, and it comes from breath, and just really an open mindset and an open heart to take you where you need to go. So whether you're seated or in child's pose or lying on your back, nice and slow, take yourself around. Let's turn right around into tabletop. We'll get busy right away. So spread all 10 fingers nice and wide. Plant your hands underneath your shoulders. Knees are directly underneath your hips. And press the tops of your feet flat down into your mat. Take a full breath in as you release the belly. Open up across the heart. And then exhale, tuck your tail, round your spine, let your head come right down in between your biceps. And moving with your breath, consciously breathing nice and deep into your low belly. Keep cycling through how you flex your spine, moving it from one direction into the other. Breathing as deeply as you can, and just let that be a great opening for your spine, and maybe you turn that into C curves. So now you can bring some movement into your side bodies, stretching out those intercostal muscles, separating the ribs, creating some space. And with that space, you're creating a little bit more strength because we're stretching and bringing some extra love and attention to these areas of the body that we normally don't do. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. And then pause in your tabletop. Big breath in as you press the right heel out long behind you. Take the left arm forward like you're shaking my hand. Keep the toes pointed down and internally rotate that inner thigh. Feel all the muscles hug onto the bones. Spread your 5 fingers on your left hand nice and wide. Take a full breath in, stretching out nice and long, and a full breath out. And then with your next breath, plant the hand and the knee back down. Take a full inhale, releasing through cow, exhaling through cat, coming back to your tabletop and pause. Feel the energy you're drawing up through your hands. Soften your face and keep focusing on the power that you can breathe into your body just through your breath. So big breath in, push the left heel out long behind you. Take the right hand forward. Once again, stretching out the fingers, pressing through the heel, internally rotating that inner left thigh up, breathing and pulling into the low belly. One more breath in and then exhale. Bring that knee and hand back down. Immediately breathing into that cow and cat, cycling through, rinsing it off, knowing you get to start over again with each breath, with each time you get to a posture where you can pause. This time, let's just take the feet out long behind you. Tip your hips up nice and high, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale up to your toes. Exhale, glide forward into plank. Again, feeling that strength come up your arms. Feel the power as you breathe into the low belly. Feel the hips shift up just a little bit higher so they're on the same plane as the shoulders. And then if you'd like to take the knees down here, do that. Bend the elbows, lower all the way to the mat. Untuck the toes, push down to the tops of your feet. Breathe open for Cobra. Strong little back bend. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes, full breath in as you push back through your knees or right back through plank, coming back into downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. Create a little bit of movement so you can understand what's happening here. Reminding yourself to take your time so you can take full inhales and full exhales. And then pause in your down dog. With your next breath in, lift up to your toes. On your exhale, glide forward into plank. Pause in your plank. Again, structure the arms so they're strong, wrists underneath the shoulders. And then whether your knees are up or down, exhale, lower all the way to the mat. Keep your elbows tucked in close. And then this time, let's go into a striking cobra. So take your fingers off the mat. Stay on your fingertips. And using those upper back muscles, lift up for a striking cobra. Again, it's not a big back bend, but it's a strong posture. And then exhale, lower down. Bring the hands right back by your ribs. Tuck the toes, push back up through your knees or full plank. Hips go high, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Beautiful. How are you feeling? You're starting to feel maybe a little bit of quivering, maybe a little bit of warmth, and I say quivering because, we're starting to really hug on, firing up all those muscles, bringing some fresh blood into them, and that should be a sensation that you can feel at some point. A lot of times it's best when you're still, so take a nice deep breath in your down dog and a deep breath out, and just notice what's happening through your body as you powerfully breathe right into your lungs and your heart, your belly, slowly exhaling it all out, feeling a shift in the weight through all 10 fingers and your toes. And then we'll come into some sunnies. Okay, ready? Big breath in, come on up to your toes, look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet right between your hands. Set your feet, feel the energy come up your legs, pull into the low belly, rise halfway for a halfway lift. You can press against your thighs or bring your hands along your sides. Look straight down so the back of your head is in line with your spine. Take a full breath in here, and then on your exhale, release, forward fold, hands come down to the earth. And when you're in your forward fold, keep a soft bend behind your knees. We're going to do that 2 more times. So pulling into the low belly, take a breath, draw your heart and the crown of your head forward for a halfway lift. Exhale, release, forward fold. 1 more time, pulling into the low belly, stay strong, hugging into your center line. Breathing into your halfway lift. Pause and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Get big and tall here. Hands go high, let your shoulders go up too. Bring your hands right to your heart space and pause. Press the right hand into the left hand. Broaden across the collarbones. Shoulders release down your back. Softness behind the knees and pull into your low belly. Strong and tall. Tadasana, mountain pose. You are a mountain. Powerful. With breath. In posture. Take a full inhale, stretch up. Exhale, forward fold. Swan dive right over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands on the mat. Walk or jump your feet back out to plank. Pause in your plank, and then whether your knees are up or down, lower all the way, rinsing this off. Vinyasa. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in, one more breath out. And again, find the power of the breath as it moves through you and takes you places that maybe you don't necessarily focus on in some practices. Whether you're looking to just breathe and move gently this afternoon, or you want to bring a little bit more power into it, it's all up to your breath. So clear your mind. There's no right or wrong. It's not a judgment practice. It is a powerful practice being led by your breath. Take a full breath in as you lift up to your toes. On your exhale, walk, step, or jump your feet right up in between your hands. Again, pulling into the low belly. Take a full breath in for a halfway lift. Draw your shoulders back. Look straight down. Back of the head is in line with the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart and pause. Again, pressing the right hand into the left. Draw the shoulders back. Lift the heart. Take a full breath in. Feel the breath move through you. And a slow exhale out. Inhale, stretch up high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Take your feet back out to plank. And then you choose. Start to bring the power of choice into your practice. Deciding whether or not you need that extra movement of the vinyasa flow, lowering down, breathing into your cobra or up dog, or you skip it all together and move right back into downward facing dog. Everybody needs to follow what their body tells them to do, what their heart tells them to do. Sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of extra support. That's what I'm here for. So, listen to my words, follow my cues, but when you know you need to take a break or you know you need to do something different for you, you take it. Whether that's child's pose or you come back to a meditative posture, breathe deep, find the power to be able to follow your choices. Take a full breath in as you lift up onto your toes once again. Inhale, feet forward, right between your hands. Pause in your forward fold. Pull into the low belly. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Big breath in as you sweep up to stand. And then this time on your exhale, sit your hips back. Let's come into chair. Arms are extended, but if your shoulders are speaking loudly to you, bring your hands to your heart space. I want you to tuck your tailbone, pulling into the low belly. Hands can stay at heart or they can stay extended. So here you have lots of options and we will be here. So start to focus on your breath. Breathe into the quads. It's the strongest muscle group you have. They'll hold you. If you want to practice your balancing here, you can breathe right in and lift up to your toes. You'll feel it. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. You can also close your eyes. That might also challenge your balance. Keep breathing. I know you're here. Find the power of the breath to hold you in this really strong pose. One more breath in. Exhale, forward fold, straighten your legs, bring your hands down to the earth. Separate your feet to the outside edges of your mat and bring your hands to opposite elbows. From this ragdoll, you can sway right to left, giving yourself a little bit of comfort, a little bit of release. And then pause and take your hands back down. Toe heel your feet underneath your hip points. Take a full breath in for a halfway lift. Exhaling as you forward fold. Once again, rise back up to stand. Hands are high. This time, sit your hips back for chair, but keep your hands extended. If you don't want them up, take them forward. But I want you to focus on your hands, spreading all 10 fingers nice and wide, and feel that energy transferring back and forth. Another power source. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, lift the arms up, straighten the legs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, forward fold, pause, keeping your hands down. Take your left foot to the back edge of the mat. Keep your feet in 2 separate lanes. Stay high on the toes of that left foot, and then bringing your hands to your hips, bend very deeply into that right knee. Again, find the power of your legs. Couple that with the power of your breath. Breathe in, pull into the low belly, tucking the tailbone down. Press the left thigh bone back. Take your time and really build this pose so it stays strong in your foundation, keeping you steady. Bend a little deeper into that right knee. Yeah, man, you feel that through that hip and your quad. It's like, I don't want to be this low. It takes too much. Breathe into it. You got it. Take another breath in as you start to lift the hands high. Fill up with breath. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Whether you look up or not, doesn't matter. With your next breath, take your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers, draw the knuckles down, lifting the heart. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, hinge forward over that right thigh, and then we're going to pull into the low belly, keeping your thumbs connected to your sacrum. Push off that left foot nice and slow and straighten that right leg. Now, just like you did before when we were doing those extensions in the early part of class, internally rotate the left thigh up so the pinky toe points down. Keep drawing your heart back, pulling into the low belly. And if you feel like you're off balance, drop that left hip down just a little bit more. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Bring the left foot up to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Big breath in, come to stand. Hands right back to your heart space and pause. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Pause and breathe. Catch your breath. Come back to the power of that breath that's holding you right here as you recoup, knowing that there's another side. There's nothing wrong with knowing that something that's coming is a little challenging. You can do it through the power of the breath and the power of your positive thoughts. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, stretch the hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Another big breath in as you come back to stand. Sit your hips back for chair. And again, if you don't want your arms lifted, take them out in front of you. But feel the shoulders draw back into their sockets. Spread all 10 fingers nice and wide. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And again, you can be on your toes if you want to practice with your balance. Keep drawing the ankle bones close together so they're stacked right over the toes. Everything's got a place. And then on your next breath, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your hands down, and this time take the right foot all the way back, bending nice and deep into your left knee. Again, feet are in 2 separate lanes like railroad tracks. You create strength and power as your foundation grounds down, bending deeply into that left knee, pressing the right thigh back, staying high on the right toes. Hands stay at the hips for just a breath or two till you get to the place where you can bend even deeper into that left knee. Yep, here we go again. You can feel it. Press the right thigh bone back. Stay strong and powerful with your breath. Take a full breath in, sweep the arms up. Maybe take a little bit of a back bend. One more breath in. One more breath out. Beautiful crescent lunge, full of power, energy coming right out your fingertips. Bring the hands behind your back, interlace them, this time placing the left thumb on top of the right. Draw the knuckles down, lifting the heart up, and then leaning out over the left thigh. Take a full breath in. Like the crown of your head is pulling you forward, straighten that left leg, lift the right heel. Internally rotating the right inner thigh so the pinky toe points down. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Hips are square to the earth. One more breath in, and then bring the right foot up to meet the left. Straighten the legs, reach tall. Hands right back to your heart space, Tadasana. Tadasana is a beautiful, strong, powerful pose. Embrace the 4 points of each foot as it grounds down, drawing energy up the legs. Pull in through the low belly. Keep your shoulders drawing back, stacked right over your hips. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, inhale, reach the hands up nice and high. Exhale, forward fold right over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your feet back out to plank. Pause in your plank, and then you decide, do you need to rinse this off with a vinyasa or skip it all together and go right back to down dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. You can feel it. The deeper your breath gets, you know that that's an internal power that you've got going for you whenever you need it. Sometimes when we get nervous or scared, we catch our breath and we hold our breath. Instead of holding our breath, if we could just pause, maybe even slightly closing the eyes so we can focus more internally. But you take that full inhale, pausing, and a full exhale, and it works its magic from the inside out. So instead of reacting, we have a moment to pause so we can respond. 9 times out of 10, there's really no response necessary because the moment will pass. So take another breath in and know you're okay. And another breath out. And keep cultivating the power of that breath. Take a full inhale as you sweep the right leg straight up behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward, planted by the thumb. Take a full breath in as you rise up strong for crescent, arms lifted high. And then with your next breath, swivel the back foot down and open up into warrior 2. And let's pause in warrior 2, finding the strength of this pose. Because you know anything named warrior is a powerful, strength-based pose. So the left toes point to the side, hips are open, but you bend nice and deep into this right knee, hopefully tracking the knee open. Pull it open toward the right pinky toe. You might have to readjust your feet, scooching that right foot forward or walking the left foot back. Open up, find the strength, extend the arms, look over the middle finger of the right hand, and be positive that this pose is for you, because it is. Flip the right hand, sweep it up, come back into warrior 2. Even though it's a strong warrior pose, there's a lot of grace to it. So again, flip the right hand, big breath in, sweep it up. Come on back to warrior 2. How are your legs doing? You all right? You got this. Flip the right hand, big breath in, sweep it up. This time come into side angle. Stay light with that left arm on your knee and the left hand goes high. Spread all 5 fingers nice and wide. Take the palm down right over your ear. Feel the stretch from the ankle, out through the hip, the armpit, through the fingers. Breathe deep. If you can't breathe deep, don't go any further. Stay here. See if you can cultivate that breath. If you are okay with your breath and you want to take that other hand out like you're holding a beach ball, we are by the pool, you know. Take a full breath in. Keep drawing your heart up. And then come on back into your warrior 2, flipping the right hand, sweep up. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the right foot. Step the right foot back to meet the left. And you choose. You breathe and you make a powerful choice for what works for you. Rinsing it off through a vinyasa flow or skipping it all together and going right back into downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Pause in your down dog. Notice what's coming over you mentally, emotionally. We already know physically you're getting a workout. Your breath is telling you that, but it's also keeping you in check so you don't push yourself too far. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And yes, there is another side. So inhale, push the left leg straight out behind you, really push to the heel. On your exhale, bring the foot forward, plant it by your thumb. Strong and steady. Pull yourself up into crescent on the left. Taking a full breath in and then swiveling that back foot down, open up into warrior two on the left. And again, with each breath, you figure out where your feet are and where they need to be. So you can bend nice and deep into that left knee, drawing the right thigh back, hips are open. Take a full breath in and a full breath out, pausing to look out over the middle finger of your left hand. And when you have your focus and you know where you're going, flip the left hand, reach up, exhale, come on back into warrior two. Pause and breathe. Find the grace of the pose through the breath. Flipping the left hand again, stretch it up, reach it back. Exhale, come on back into warrior two. One more time, you know where we're going, so flip the left hand, big breath in, sweep up, stay bent in that left knee. Exhaling, come into side angle. Right hand goes high. Don't put too much weight on that left thigh. Keep pulling up and with your breath through the ribs, through the heart. Take a full breath in and decide if you want to take that right arm forward, palm down, feeling that entire stretch from the heel, through the hip, through the armpit, out the fingers. And again, how's your breathing? If you're good here, stay here. If you've got the power of the breath working for you, take the left hand forward like you're holding a beach ball. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then rise back up strong into your warrior two. Set your shoulders down. Gaze is back over that middle finger and we'll flow. Flip the left hand, big breath in and up. Exhale, cartwheel the hand down. Step the foot back to meet the other so you're back in plank. And then you breathe and you move through your vinyasa flow, or you skip it and you now head to a child's pose. So even if you went through the vinyasa flow, everybody go to child's pose. Big toes touch, knees are wide, let your hips sit back. Find the power of this pose. Is child's pose a powerful pose? Of course it is. When you go into child's pose, this is where you know you were doing something that's important for you. Because it's not always about the powerful poses that we keep pushing ourselves through. Sometimes the power choice is going into ragdoll or child's pose. Allowing yourself to return to your breath so that you can keep moving forward to fight the good fight. Okay? Okay. Big breath in, big breath out. When you're ready, inhale up to your fingertips, tuck your toes, lift your hips, and let's make our way back into downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Pedal out your feet. Find your place one more time. Press the thigh bones to the back of the room. Hips go nice and high. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then inhale up to your toes. Exhale, bring your feet forward right between your hands. Set your feet, pull into the low belly, lifting halfway for a lift. And then exhaling, releasing that, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Bring your hands right back to your heart space and pause. I'm assuming you're facing forward on your mat. So turn yourself sideways and take your feet wide apart. We're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. So take a nice deep breath in, lifting up through the low belly. Hands at the hips, just like there's dials on your hips. Lead with the heart in the crown of your head. Hinging forward, take yourself forward into a half forward fold. Pause and breathe in your forward fold. And then when you're ready, bring your hands to your hips, start to lift up, come back into standing. We're going to come into goddess pose. Okay, another powerful pose. Because those of you women that are practicing with me right now, let's face it, we are amazing goddesses, are we not? So, bring the heels in, point the toes out, open up the arms, cactus at the elbows, spread the fingers wide, feel that energy coming into your hands and your arms, draw your shoulders back so your heart can lift, pull into the low belly, and then with your next breath, bend the knees out over the toes, take your hips straight down. You'll feel it in your inner thighs. You'll know how low you need to go. And again, you can readjust your feet as you need to. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. We're going to take the left elbow to the left knee, but keep drawing the right shoulder back, staying open. Take a full breath in as you come back up. And then exhale the other direction. Take a full breath in, come back up. Straighten the legs, lift the hands high and pause. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, rebend the knees, take the elbows down and pause. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. You can also come up to your toes in this pose, which is amazing balance. Practice for balance. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more breath in. And if you're on your toes, take your heels down, straighten the legs, lift the hands up. Bring your hands back to your heart space. Readjust your feet. We're going to come into Warrior Two once again. So open up your arms, bend nice and deep into that right knee. Press out on the outside edge of the left foot. Flip open the right hand, stretch it up. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the foot. Come to the left toes and pause. Walk your right foot over a couple of steps. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then bring that left foot halfway up the mat, straighten both legs, and allow yourself to bend right over the right leg that's in front. Take a full breath in as you lift halfway. You can press against that left or that right shin bone, coming into pyramid, drawing your heart and head forward. One more breath in and an exhale, release that forward fold over that forward leg. Both soles of the feet are flat on the mat. And then with your next breath, keeping the left hand down, we're going to twist open for revolved pyramid. Right hand goes high. I'll do it this way. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then bring the right hand down and the left foot forward to meet the right. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rise to stand on your next breath. Bring your hands back to your heart space and pause. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale up to your toes. Pause. Let the heels release. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Can you believe I forgot if we're standing or in down dog? So I'm hoping we're standing. Take a full breath in as you lift the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale your feet back out behind you. Pause and then lift your hips up nice and high for downward facing dog. Big breath in as you lift the left leg straight up behind you, and on your exhale, bring the foot forward, plant it by your thumb. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Rise strong for crescent on the left. Swivel the back foot down and come into your Warrior Two and pause. Be sure that the knee is tracking toward the pinky toe and that the right toes are perpendicular. Take a full breath in, opening up the left hand, sweep up, reach back, exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the foot. Come to the right toes and pause, and then bring that foot halfway up the mat and inhale, lift halfway. We're going to come into pyramid on this side. So the soles of both feet are flat against the mat. Your feet are still in two separate lanes. Take a full breath in as you inhale, drawing the shoulders back like you would in a halfway lift. You can press your fingertips right against your left shin. Feel the length come right out the crown of your head. Take another full breath in and then exhale, forward fold back over that front leg. And then keeping the right hand down, draw the heart forward a little bit more, sweeping the left hand open, revolving your pyramid. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then exhale, bring that hand down. Right foot comes forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand and return to Tadasana. You can have your hands at your heart space, or you can open up the palms facing forward. Come back to your feet. Feel the powerfulness of your breath as it moves through your entire body. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, bring them to your heart space. We're going to come into some balance. So, putting the weight in your left foot. Inhale. Bring the right knee up in front of you. If you feel like your left hip is shifting the wrong way, draw it in. Stack the hip bone right over the ankle. Open up the right knee and then either reach down for the sole of your foot or just put it below your knee, not on your knee. Keep pulling into the low belly. Everything hugs into your center. Your hands can stay at your heart, or you could grow your tree, lifting the arms up, or you could take the hands behind your back, interlacing the knuckles, drawing them down, but lifting through the heart. Take a full breath in and a full breath out in your tree. One more breath in, one more breath out. And then as you lift the arms back up, if they're not already there, bring that right knee back out in front, foot stays flexed. Cross the ankle over the knee, sit your hips back like you would for chair. Now you can keep your hands extended here again or bring them to your heart space. How's your breath? Let the breath fuel this powerful balancing pose. And it's powerful because you can either stay here for several breaths or you can keep lowering down until your hands can find the earth or some blocks. And if you're really looking to challenge yourself this afternoon, you can catch those toes around your left tricep, leaning forward, coming into the arm balance. Your choice. Just don't do it on the concrete and fall on your face, because that would not be feeling very good. Hopefully you have your pad under your mat under you and you're on some carpet. Otherwise I'd be showing you, but with my luck I scraped my face all up, so not today. See, we know what our limits are. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Return to stand. Straighten the legs. Shake it out. And then pause in the stillness of Tadasana one more time. And again, you can keep your hands at your heart or open up the hands by your sides, your choice. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. It's always nice to know when there's another side, right? Inhaling, lift the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands back down by your sides. Let's come into tree on the other side. So ground down through your right foot. And again, if you feel like you're shifting yourself out of alignment, bring that right hip back in. Stay tall. Pull into the low belly. Breathe that left knee up in front of you. Flex the foot. And then you can open up the knee and place the sole of the left foot either against your inner thigh or beneath your knee on your calf muscle. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Breathe as you choose to move into limbs of the tree or hands behind your back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out each time you choose to move one way or the other. You're still pressing that right thigh into the sole of the left foot, and the sole of the left foot is pressing into the right thigh. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, bring the hands up if they're not already there, and the left knee forward, crossing the ankle over the right knee. Sit your hips back, coming into what would look like chair, standing figure four. Draw the hips back take a full breath in and a full breath out, and then you decide how your hips are speaking to you. If this is as far as you go, or if you keep bending that standing leg until your hands can reach down. Your choice. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And if you try for the arm balance on this side, be patient with yourself, giving power to your arms and power to your focus. Breathe in deeply. And even if it's only for a half a breath, that's why we practice. When you're ready, you let your feet meet on the mat. Take a full breath in as you lift halfway. Exhaling, forward fold once again. Take another big breath in, rise to stand, bring your hands back to your heart space and pause. Beautiful. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, sweep the arms up, big breath in, exhale, forward fold, hinge at the waist, pull in through the low belly. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your feet back out to plank. Pause in your plank and decide where you need to go, if you're going to rinse it off or if you're just going to move right back into downward facing dog. When you're back in your down dog, take another full breath in and another full breath out. Again, appreciate the stillness where you can absorb the power that you're creating by holding the poses, by breathing deeply into them, giving yourself an opportunity to really appreciate the strength that you have. Because most of us don't really believe that we're all that strong. But when push comes to shove, we really don't know the power we have until we allow it to just take over. So breathe deep. Know that you're powerful. And then let's come into the next series of standing poses. Take a full breath in as you lift the right leg straight out behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward, planted by your thumb. Take a full inhale as you rise strong into crescent, and then exhale, open right up into warrior two. Pause and breathe in your warrior two, being sure that your right knee is over the right ankle and you're pushing out on the outside edge of that left foot. And then with your next breath, flip that right hand, stretch it up, reach it back. Exhale, come back to your warrior two. And from standing in warrior two, straighten that right leg, get tall and strong. We're going to shift the left hip back and reach forward with the right fingertips, tipping over into triangle. So as the right fingers come down toward the shin, stop there before you go all the way to the floor so you're not compromising your right ribs. Breathe into the right ribs. There should be as much space on the underside as there is here through the top side. Spread all 5 fingers on your left hand nice and wide. Draw the shoulder back. Really open up. Feel the strength in your legs. Triangle is one of my most favorite poses. You're just wide open and you're ready, and it's powerful. Now, you can stay right here for 3 more breaths, or you look down at that right foot and taking a full inhale, find the power to begin to straighten that right leg, lifting the left leg, coming into half moon. Now your fingers on your right hand should be barely touching. You really want this to be a balancing pose. You're grounded through that right foot. Take a full breath in and a full breath out, and then rebend the knee, and we're all going to go back to warrior two. So if you were holding triangle, just rebend that knee, keep grounding out through the outside edge of that left foot, arms extended, and now we'll rinse this off. Flip the right hand, inhale, stretch up, reach back, exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the foot, come to the left toes and pause. And with that powerful breath, either jump switch your feet or bring the left foot forward and take the right foot back. But let's reverse this position on the other side. Take a full breath in as you rise high to your crescent, and then exhale, open up into warrior two on the left. Sometimes when we slow it down, it requires a more powerful thought process to hold us where we are instead of just going through the poses like rapid fire. So breathe deep, hugging the muscles into the bone, into your center line. where your power lives. Now, flip that left hand, or I'm sorry, you're in Crescent, aren't you? No, you opened up in Warrior Two. Flip that left hand, breathe it up. Reach back, stretch out those side ribs. Come back to your Warrior Two and pause. Straighten the left leg and then shifting the right hip back. Reach forward with the left fingertips. Hinging down, right hand goes high. Again, pausing as you take that left hand from the knee down. Go slow so you can continue to stay open through the heart. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And again, you're going to stay right here for a solid 4.5 breaths. Or you're going to move into half moon on this side, but keep feeling like that center line is pulling you in and up through the low belly. So you're balanced on that left foot and the right toes are perpendicular. The foot's just not on the ground. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then if you're in half moon, re-bend the knee, taking the foot back. If you're already in triangle, bend the knee and come back to Warrior Two. So everybody's back in Warrior Two. Ground down through your feet. Feel the strength of the earth coupled with the power of your breath. Know that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You flip that left hand, big breath in, sweep up. Exhale, cartwheel the hand down to frame the foot. Come to the right toes and pause. Jump switch the feet again. Or take the left foot back and bring the right foot forward. Take a full breath in as you rise back up for crescent. Exhale, bring the hands right back down and pause. Pulling into the low belly, jump switch your feet again. Or walk the left foot forward and take the right foot back. Set your feet in two separate lanes. Big breath in, reach upward, just opening up and rinsing off. Exhale the hands down. This time take the left foot back to meet the right. Pause in your plank. Feel that energy you just created from your jump switches and the movements of going from one pose to the other. And then now you decide from plank, knees up, knees down. Rinse it all off. And then we're going to shift the hips up nice and high after you go through your vinyasa flow. And we're all going to meet in downward facing dog. So that's got to get the blood going. I just get excited talking about it sometimes. There's a beauty knowing that if I breathe deep enough, I can reach places that if I was just looking at a picture going, oh yeah, I'd love to do that someday. You know, you commit to the breath and it'll take you where you need to go. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. From your downward facing dog, inhale up to your toes. We're going to come into side plank. So glide into plank. Stay here, bringing your big toes to touch, and then you can either take the right knee down, kickstanding the foot off, or you roll to the outside edge of that right foot. Coming into side plank again, stretching open. Left hand goes high. You could take the left hand forward. You could lift the left leg. And even if you're on your knee, you can still lift that left leg. Just create opening, pretending that kickstand behind you is holding you in place, because it is. Take another breath in and another breath out, and then we're going to roll that closed and come back into plank and pause, and not wasting one breath. Rolling to the outside of the left foot or taking the left knee down, sweeping open for a side plank on the left. Right hand goes high. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Beautiful. Choosing to take the arm forward and or lifting the leg. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then close it down. You're back in plank. Big toes touch. Take your knees wide. Sit your hips back for one last child's pose. Beautiful. Put a softness into your face. So that means don't close your eyes super tight. And if your teeth are clenched, release your jaw. Soften everything about your face. And just focus on your breath. With your next breath in, walk your hands back so you can come to your seat. Take your legs out in front of you. Keeping a softness behind your knees. Take a nice deep breath in. Sweep up. Bring your hands right to your heart space on your exhale. Bend the right knee, cross it over the left. Hug the knee in nice and tight with the left hand. Sweep the right hand high. Get nice and tall. exhale, open up, twisting toward the right. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then come back to center. Take the right leg long. Bend the left leg, crossing the right foot over, or the left foot over the right knee. Hug that in nice and tight. Sweep the left hand up. On your exhale, bring the fingertips behind you. Twist toward the left. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Come on back to center. Take the legs out long. Give them a little bit of a shake. Sitting tall, pulling into the low belly. Take your hands out in front of you. Sit nice and tall, taking a full breath in, and on your exhale, tuck the tailbone. Start to curve your spine, rounding down. Push out through the heels. Feet stay flexed. Lower down, one vertebrae at a time. Hands up overhead. Take a full body stretch. Bring the hands down by your side. Bend your knees, placing the soles of your feet flat on the ground. We're going to take one bridge. So bring those heels in a little bit closer to your tush. And then with a nice deep breath, push down through your feet, lifting through the hips. Let your quads and your legs do the work here. Soften your glute muscles. And then you can start to walk your arm bones underneath you, maybe interlacing your hands below your low back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. If you'd like to extend the right leg up toward the ceiling, you can do that one leg at a time. Just seeing what it feels like. You have the strength. Take a full breath in, bring that foot down if you'd like to take the left leg up. Otherwise, you're just holding bridge and breathing into it. Keeping that lift coming from your hips and your low belly. Letting the quads pull you up. One more breath in. Bring the left foot down if you had it extended. And then inhaling, come up to your toes. Bring the arms up overhead. Nice and slow. Roll yourself back down onto your mat. One vertebrae at a time. And then when your hips get back to the mat, let your heels come down. Bring your arms back down by your sides. Draw the knees into your chest. And let's take a happy baby. So you're reaching down through your knees to find the outside edges of your feet. Draw the knees down like you're pulling them right into your armpits. Now that might feel like you're rounding your spine. So be sure that you keep drawing your tailbone down as well as keeping the back of your head flat on the mat. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Beautiful. Slowly release your feet. Take a little bit of an inventory as to where you are. You know, one of the most beautiful things about practicing outside is that you not only get to hear the birds, but there's this soft breeze, and if you happen to look at your screen, you'll see the leaves moving. It's a very gentle breeze. Almost like you think there's nothing to it. But we all know when that wind decides to take, that breeze catches its breath, and it's so powerful it can knock over your umbrellas and just make a whole mess in your backyard, right? A lot of power to that breeze when it's concentrated. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. As you extend your right leg to the right foot to the right corner of your mat and your left foot to the left corner of your mat, open up your arms away from your side bodies. Kind of like when you're standing in Tadasana, because now we're lying down. We're coming into Shavasana. Your final pose. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And start to tip your chin down. I want you to roll your head so that the back of your head is flat on the mat. Not a lot of space between your chin and your chest. Okay, so if you're really exposed, drop the chin. Take one more breath in and one more breath out. And then I will bring you out of Shavasana when it's time. If your sound is on and you can hear those birds chirping, enjoy it. Let it anchor you into the pose. And know that this is my most favorite powerful pose. Shavasana. Slowly start to deepen your breath. Bring a little movement back into your fingers and your toes. And then if you'd like to place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart to encourage that deep breath so you can feel your heart and lungs lift. And just keep in mind just how powerful what's moving through you is. The light and truth in me sees that in each of you. So grateful to get together on this beautiful day, focusing on the power of our breath and just how powerful we are. Together we say, Namaste.